Question 10a. In a man's will, he gave 2/5 of the total acres of his cocoa farm to the wife, as his wife, and 1/3 of what is left to the family. You have to notice, of what is left. That means 1/3 of what is left from what he has given his wife, not 1/3 of the total cocoa farm. The rest of the farm was to be shared amongst his 3 children in the ratio of 3:5:2, given that the child who had the least share received 8 acres. Calculate the total acres the man left. Calculate the number of acres the wife received. Now this question is a straight question and it's not really all that hard if you understand the principle behind word problem and fractions. So we have it. In a man's will, he gave 2/5 of the total acres of his cocoa farm to the wife. In cases like this, the total acres of cocoa farm is regarded as 1. So you will now write total acres is 1. He gave his wife 2/5, that's 2/5. So we know the wife received 2/5 of it. And 1/3 of what is left to the family. First, we have to find what is left first, then we find 1/3 to know what the family received. So we have it as 1 minus 2/5. That's what the wife received. This is a fraction question, and if you're very good, this is 3/5. But to show our working, you can say this is 1/1 minus 2/5. LCM is 5. 5 in 1, 5 times 1, that's 5. Minus 5 in 5, 1. 1 times 2 is 2. That's 3/5. This is what is left after I gave his wife 2/5. Now they said the family received 1/3 of what is left. So we have 3/5. Then family receives 1/3 of what is left. What is left is 3/5 times 1/3. Then we have it as 3 here 1, 3 here 1. So we have our answer as 1 times 1, 1. Then 5 times 1, 5. The family received 1/5. Now to the third part of the question. The rest of the farm was to be shared amongst his 3 children in the ratio of 3, 5, and 2, given that the child who had the least share received 8 acres. Now we have to get what the children received. Now for you to get what the children received, you have to say the total, that's 1 minus the addition of what the wife received and what the family received to get what is left. So we know 1/0 minus the wife received 2/5 and the family received 1/5. We have our 1/0 number here. LCM of what is in the bracket is 5. 5 in 5, 1. 1 times 2 is 2 plus 5 in 5, 1. 1 times 1 is 1. We have our 1/0 number into open bracket. 2 plus 1, that's 3/5. What we do now is we'll do a process where we solve our normal fraction. So we can say this is 1/1. Then you find the LCM. LCM is 5. 5 divided by 1 is 5 times 1 is 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. So we have it as 5 minus 3, that's 2/5. That means the children received 2/5, and we got it by taking the share of the wife plus the share of the family. Then we subtract it from the whole number of farm land the man dropped. Then we get our answer to be 2/5. So we know the wife received 2/5. The family, that's extended family most likely, received 1/5, and the children received 2/5. Here we know the children actually received 2/5, and if you go back to how we got it, we know the wife received 2/5, the family received 1/5. We add what they received together and subtract it from the 1/0 number that represents the total number of acres the man left behind. Now that we know what the children got, family and the wife, then we'll go to the other part of the question. The rest of the farm was to be shared amongst his 3 children in a ratio of 3:5:2, given that the child who had the least share received 8 acres. Now, it said, calculate the total acres the man left. You can't easily calculate the number of acres the man left. Now, what we can do to solve this question is to put into consideration these 8 acres the last child got. Then from there we get the total number of acres the children got. Then we can get the total number of acres that the man left. Let's just do it from the back, because we're actually given the share of the least child in acres. But here we are having a question that has ratio and fraction to it. So let's start with that. The ratio of the children are 3 to 5 to 2. So we have children ratio 3:5 to 2. Now in solving questions like this, we know we have to add the ratios together. So we have total ratio 3 plus 5 plus 2 equals 10. Now we have total ratio to be 10. For us to get the total number of acres the children shared using the one that received the least, normally when we're looking for the value of what the least got, the least child, it has ratio 2. We'll do 2, that's the ratio of that child, over the total ratio times the acres of land they shared would equal to what the child received. Now we've been given what the child received. We're going to use it to get what the children shared, the total number of acres the children shared. So we have it as share of least child share equals least child's ratio over total ratio times the total number of acres the children shared. We know the share of the child, like it told us in the question, is 8 acres equals the child ratio is 2, the least child ratio is 2, is the least of the 3, then the total ratio is 10 times the total number of acres the children shared, which is x. We can say 2 here 1, 2 here 5. We have 8 equals 1 over 5 times x. You can say this is x over 1. Then we have that 8 equals x times 1 on the upper part. X times 1 is x. Then 5 times 1 is 5. We can make this 8 over 1, then we'll cross multiply. We have first x times 1, which is x, equals 8 times 5. X is equals to 8 times 5, that's 40 acres. Now we use the share of the least child to get the total portion of land the children received or were to share, which is 40 acres. And we know the fraction of what the children got was 2 over 5 of the total acres the man dropped. Now let's say the total acres of land left by the man is y. Let's call that y. And we know the fraction of the share the children received is 2 over 5. And we know the actual share of the children is 40 acres. Now we can find the total acres left by the man using these two values. And with this, if you want to get the share of the children, and the children got 2 over 5 of the total acres the man left, so we have it as 2 over 5 of the total land the man left, which is y, should equal to 40 acres, what the children shared, which we got from what the least child got. So we have it as this. So we can just solve for y. This is just like an algebra. You can say this is y over 1. Then we have 2 times y is 2y over 5 times 1 is 5 equals 40. At this point, you can say this is 40 over 1. We cross multiply. 2y times 1 is 2y. Then on the other side, we have 40 times 5. That means this 40 times 5. 2y equals 200. That's 40 times 5 is 200. Since we are looking for y, which is the total number of acres the man left, we divide both sides by 2. 2 cancels 2. 2 here 1, 2 here 100. Y is 100 acres. So the total number of acres the man left is 100 acres. Please remember to include your acres so you can get your full mark. A quick recap. In a man's will, he gave 2 over 5 of the total acres of his cocoa farm to his wife and 1/3 of what is left to his family. Yeah, this line is very technical. You have to be very careful what you do with this line. 1/3 of what is left to his family. That means we take the man's total acres of cocoa farm to be 1, then subtract the wife's share from it. What is left, you find 1/3 of it. That's what this line means. That is 1/3 of what is left from what the wife got. Not just 1/3. The family didn't receive 1/3. They received 1 over 5 of what the man left. Now, the rest of the farm was to be shared amongst his 3 children in the ratio 3:5, given that the child who had the least share received 8 acres. Now, this is the part where we start solving from, where we have the actual number of acres given to a particular person, and from there we get total number of acres he left behind. Now, since the child with the least received 8 acres, We then retrace it back, and what this can afford us is to get the total number of acres the children shared. If you can know from 8, you know what 5 got, we know what 3 got, then we'll add it up together. We can do it that way, or we'll do the ratio form, then we'll get total number of acres the children shared. From there, if you know what they shared, then we can know the total number of acres the man left behind from the total number of acres all the children got, because we know the fraction of what the children got was 2/5. So we'll just do 2/5 of total number of acres the man left would equal the total number of acres the children shared. So this 8 was to help us find the total number of acres the children shared. Then we can know the total number of acres the man left. Question 10AII. Calculate the number of acres the wife received. Now we know the fraction of what the wife received is 2/5. The family received 1/5 and the children received 2/5. The actual number of acres the children received is 40 acres. And if the fraction of what the children received is same as what the wife received, if the children's share is 40 acres, then the wife's share is also 40 acres. And this can be applied when it comes to OBJ question, where you don't need to show your working. But in this case, we need to show our working. We need to show the actual amount of acres the wife got using proper method, so we can get our marks as we get this particular question. To get the wife's share in acres, wife's share in acres would equal the fraction of what the wife got times the total number of acres the man left behind. So we can make a wife's acres as AW would equal to the fraction of what the wife got as 2/5 of the number of acres the man left. That's total acres the man left over 1. So we have that as 2/5 times 100. You can say this will be 100/1. 5 here 1, 5 here 20. So we have it as 2 times 20. 2 times 20, then 1 times 1 is 1, so that one goes off. So we have 2 times 20 is 40. So the wife also received 40 acres of land. So you can do that. This is how to show your working. Number of acres the wife got is fraction of what the wife got of the total number of acres the man left. You can also do this question using what is called equivalent method, where you have it as 2/5. The 2, that's fraction of what the wife got. That's the 2 represents what the wife got, and the 5 below represents the total number of acres the man left. What this means is you can say this is equal to the wife's share in acres, which you don't know, over the number of acres the man left, which is 100. That's how we got our fraction. It's like if you do that in fraction, if you do 40/100 in fraction, you still get 2/5. That's what it's saying in essence. So what you just do is just cross multiply. You have x times 5, which is 5x equals, on the other side you have 2 times 100, that's 200. You divide both sides by 5. Our x equals, this cancels this, 5 here 1, 5 here 40. So you can still get it as 40 acres using what I call the equivalent method.